Thanks for staying with us. Well, Charles Mark Fye is an international artivist based in South Florida. Well, an artivist is someone who where art meets activism, and he was commissioned by and collaborated with Paramount Pictures to create a unique interactive promotional painting of Bob Marley for the Bob Marley One Love movie. He joins us this morning to tell us about this project and the revolutionary impact that AI is having on the world of art. Mark Fye, morning.
Good morning to you guys.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background. Is your background in tech? Is it in art? How have these worlds collided to make you this kind of artivist?
One of them is book ups. But tech is my background. I've been in tech for over 20 years. And I have been, I'm a data governance and AI governance subject matter expert. I help organizations to figure out how to apply AI and how to manage their data. And I've been doing that for about 20 plus years at this point. Without giving my age. The art side of things was something I discovered about 10 years ago, just by chance going to a paint and sip and saw features.
Just like that.
I took hold of it a year later and kind of just blossomed over the years, and I've just kind of done it, as something to be able to express myself and also to make impact, to create impact through the art that I create. So that's kind of the journey and how those things collide. And of course, now I'm using it, this commission that happened. AI really helped, and just my background in tech really helped to make that happen because it was a really fast turnaround time, and helped me to kind of brainstorm and figure out how do I do it, how was I going to execute it, and how was I going to make sure that it was going to be delivered and executed, at TikTok, the event that they had with the piece.
You mentioned using AI in the piece. Talk to us a bit about what exactly AI was used to do in the piece, because we are looking at you painting yourself.
Yes. So
AI
clearly
come in?
it's not Mid-Journey or DALL-E.
No, before that moment, there's about 2 days of planning.
Okay.
Just to prepare for the piece. So it's an interactive piece. And so what they wanted, so TikTok had an event in Mesa, Arizona, and Paramount Pictures was promoting the Bob Marley One Love movie there. And so they wanted something where it's a large piece. It's 6 feet tall, 4 feet wide, and they wanted it to be a part of their activation. And in the activation, they wanted people to be able to participate and be a part of the painting. Now, at the time, I wasn't going to be able to be there physically because I was traveling to West Africa. And so I had to send the piece off and make sure I created it in a way that the people there that were going to be executing it could deliver it and get that interactive component where the people that were attending the event would be able to be a part of completing the painting.
Okay, all right.
So
challenge. Go ahead.
How is it that the people got to participate in the art piece then? Is it that they lifted up their phone to the piece? Walk us through that.
Got you. So in order to do it, the concept behind the piece was, of course, one love, right, in unity. And so the initial concept was to basically have the individuals at the event place hearts on the piece. And so I had to make sure I orchestrated and created the piece that it would be able to have the hearts placed. And the initial concept actually was to have the hearts have flags of all the nations in the world. So the creation and the process of figuring out, okay, what are all the flags? Make sure I don't miss any of them. What are all the countries? And then the language aspect of it. So there's a part of the painting, the completed painting, where you see one love at the top. And so a part of the research there was using AI to figure out, okay, what are the different languages spoken across the planet, right? And find the distinct list of those languages. And so when people place the stickers on the painting, because when you look at the final piece, you basically, each of those stickers represents one language. So that word where you see One Love there, each of them represents one language. And they were placing the stickers on the piece. And as they placed the sticker on the piece, the word One Love was being revealed, which was an exposure of that message of one love, everybody in the world speaking the same language. And of course, everybody playing parts on the piece to be able to come to the piece. So this is what the execution was. And so AI played an integral role in helping to create the stickers, automating the process for doing that, and also coming up with the concepts for doing it, and even conceptualizing the image before using things like Midjourney to be able to generate images, to kind of conceptualize what I wanted to do in my mind before actually creating the piece.
I think this is a brilliant use of AI because so often when we have a conversation about AI, there's this fear that it's going to replace talent and this concern that it's going to, you know, take away the work of creatives because you can just say, give me this, and it churns out something. It's generative in that regard. But what this shows is that it's really a tool, and it's a tool that we can use to make us better. Have you ever been concerned about the nexus between AI and art and how artists are using it now and potentially in the future?
No, well, no. So tech for me is an enabler, right? Because, right, you could walk to the store, you could drive there. It doesn't stop people from going to the store, and so I think it's just about how you use it and use it. It allows you to do things faster. I don't want to take 10 minutes to walk to the store if I can drive it in 2 minutes, right? So still achieving the same outcome, but you're allowing yourself to be a lot more productive. And behind that also, I teach organizations how to use AI. So I have a company called Block, and we help organizations, large organizations, banks, franchises, to figure out what does AI look like in a very practical way. And we teach workshops on how to use it. How do you apply it to sales? How do you apply it to marketing? How do you apply it to your operations or in your day-to-day life? And it's stuff I use every day. I have a daughter, and she wants to know stories all the time. I don't always have a story ready. AI helps me to the story to tell her. So there's tons of use cases for the everyday person, or if you're an organization also wanting to figure it out, and the workshops organization to figure that out. But for art and creatives, I absolutely believe it's a very powerful way of accelerating and allowing yourself to be a lot more productive.
Brilliant, brilliant. We could talk for so much longer because obviously we want to get into the activism and everything, but fantastic work. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Really appreciate it, Mark. That was Charles Mark-Fi Smart, international artivist. After the break, it's a burrata package you don't want to miss out on. Stay with us.